U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio made the announcement during a high-level meeting with heads of government from the Eastern Caribbean and the Bahamas on May 6th. Grenadian Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, who participated in the meeting, shared the update while briefing members of the Grenadian diaspora in Washington, D.C.
Various issues happening in Grenada. We're in May, if you can believe it already, so June will make it 1 year since Hurricane Beryl would have hit us, and so we're very mindful of the need to make sure that we can ramp up our preparations for the hurricane season. And in many respects, we're happy that Secretary Rubio has agreed to reinstate the funding for hurricane preparedness, because you may or may not be aware that we rely on the U.S. for assistance with predicting and tracking the paths of the hurricanes, and the Hunter planes which fly into the eye of the hurricanes are really what gives us the kind of accurate data to predict what happens. And obviously, if we hit in the Caribbean, it's almost guaranteed that Florida is going to be hit by any of the storms. That's where they tend to. Florida is literally the graveyard of most of the hurricanes that come through. And so it was important for that collaboration to continue, and so we're grateful for that.
Prime Minister Mitchell also announced that Grenada will utilize $5.3 million in assistance received earlier this year from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to further support preparedness and resilience initiatives.
So we are in the midst of making sure that we can ramp up our preparation for the hurricane season. Our dear friends, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, recently donated substantial aid to support hurricane preparedness and relief, from generators to chainsaws to forklifts, and we are planning on pre-positioning these throughout the island. I hope, obviously, that we don't have to use them come the hurricane season. But outside of hurricanes, we're susceptible to droughts, to flash flooding, and all of those. So we still obviously have to be prepared for some of that.
The announcement comes as meteorologists issue early warnings for another potentially hectic hurricane season. On April 3rd, researchers at Colorado State University released their annual outlook, forecasting 17 named storms for the 2025 season. Of those, 9 are expected to become hurricanes, including 4 major hurricanes with sustained winds exceeding 111 miles per hour, or Category 3 or higher. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.